Where's my visor gone?
Now arriving at Cabrambah Station. If this is your station, prepare to disembark.
Wollongong Station, platform on the left-hand side.
Wellington on station.
2 hours on the train and I am here to look at a car. There it is down there. It's a Daihatsu and I have just picked it up this morning from the fellow that's only owned it for a little while because his son learned to drive in it and then drove it for a bit and then had a minor accident that bent the panel a bit and took out the liner, which hasn't been replaced, but I can certainly look at doing that. But apart from that, it presents reasonably well. It's had a bit of repair work to the front bumper and as in a new paint work to get rid of a scratch from the aforementioned little bingle. Automatic, 3-cylinder, 1 litre. Gets along all right. And it's nice and clean inside. Now you're wondering what that is on the floor. That is the sun visor that the fellow took off because it had started to break at the very top. He was looking at ways to fix that up. So I will screw it back in because it is handy to have and look at some way of stopping that from falling apart. And it has a bit of surface rust here and there. The worst of it is more than just surface. In fact, it is starting to bubble up at the bottom of this panel here due to leaf rubbish getting in behind there, which is exactly the same problem as I've had on my Vortex. It has rear sensors installed. So the elderly owner of it before installed this reversing sensors package, which then shows on the roof exactly how many meters you've got to whatever's behind you. Very clever. But here you can see that that surface rust that's just around it here and there, a little bit bubbling up there too. Anyway, it wasn't very expensive and it came registered. So it's only got 155,000 kilometres on it. Looks like it's missing a panel there maybe. Comes fully equipped for an elderly owner in that it's got the weather shield. And we'll just have a quick look under the bonnet. So look, it's all nice and clean except for more surface rust. And apparently it lived most of its life on the south side of Brisbane, so I'm not exactly sure how it picked up so much, but it is there. So either I'll have to get that looked at or just ignore it because it is only a learning stroke first sort of car. 3-cylinder, twin cam 12 valve and 4-speed auto. Gets along very well. And the aircon works a treat. Yeah, the aircon is nice and cold, which is very good. It's just had a new or a second-hand compressor or something put in. The fellow did look at getting a replacement wheel arch lining, but the young fellow that owned it didn't want to have to buy the panel and the liner, which was in red. So I may yet buy the panel and liner and then sell the panel just to get the liner, or else keep the panel if it looks better than this. This does have a bit of damage to it, but we'll see what the thinking is. I'm here at this lovely bush reserve that must be next to the busiest piece of road in the world, next to a bushland reserve, Sandy Creek. So busy. Anyway, might be the time of day. And I don't know what's happened here, but it's had some interesting adventures. I can see a tiny bit of paint run underneath there, which indicates that it's had the back painted at some stage too, so very unusual. Anyway, it is what it is, and it's a small economical automatic. Oh, that's right, the young fellow that owned it insisted on upgrading the speakers, which meant that the new speakers were too big for the factory hole, so they've sort of had to massage them in there a bit on both sides. I do like the colour accent, but it does also look like it's just been damaged. Anyway, maybe if I tidy that up a bit, or put some new stuff across it, or I don't know. Anyway, 2 keys, so we're happies. The mirrors don't work apparently. I did try them, they don't work. There are electric mirrors, and that is where you'll find the door window openers. There's one on the passenger side. Nothing on the actual driver's door though, it's all down the bottom there. And you can see the immobiliser blinking. So it's young enough, it's 17 years old or 18 years old, but it's young enough to have protection, theft protection. So yes, the radio's been swapped out. Even though it doesn't have Bluetooth, it is a newer radio. And there you go, there's the odometer. 155.